exactly where you want to be. On the water with your best friend. You two out there just casting and catching. Out on the water is a great place to make memories that'll last. But we can't help it if your kid's a better fisherman. Visit Freedom Marine Center, Highway 431 in Albertville, and freedommarincenter.net.
Take it from me. When it came to my dreams, I knew that being hands-on would take me places college never could.
Take it from me. When it came to my career, I was floating from job to job, never finding my calling.
Take it from me. When it comes to what's next, joining the trades will take you further than you ever thought.
Take it from us and find your future at GoBuildAL.com. Be more. Go Build. Take it from me. When it came to my dreams, I knew that being hands-on would take me places college never could, and joining the trades took me further than I ever thought. Find your future at GoBuildAL.com. Be hands-on. Go Build.
When considering Maslow's hierarchy of needs, one must first figure the basic level of. So essentially what Maslow was saying is that from the basic level, what are we doing here?
Look at that beauty right there.
Shelter in warmth. Oh! Yeah.
Let's get loud for that fish right there.
Well, let's not forget that we'll be discussing
In 2009, it all started with this 721 Pro XP and a passion to build the best fishing platform in design, performance, and construction for all of our customers. Through the years, motors have changed. Electronics have changed. But the passion to build the best bass boat possible has not changed. Everyone at Phoenix believes we got it right the first time.
Research and development is more than just time in the shop for us. It's time out here, sweating the details, making boats that work as well in the real world as they do on paper. From our R&D team to our anglers on the water, we have the knowledge and passion to build you the finest fishing platform in the world.
on the water with your best friend. You two out there just casting and catching. Out on the water is a great place to make memories that'll last. But we can't help it if your kid's a better fisherman. Visit Freedom Marine Center, Highway 431 in Albertville, and freedommarincenter.net.
Take it from me. When it came to my dreams, I knew that being hands-on would take me places college never could.
Take it from me. When it came to my career, I was floating from job to job, never finding my calling.
Take it from me. When it comes to what's next, joining the trades will take you further than you ever thought.
Take it from us and find your future at GoBuildAL.com. Be more. Go build. Take it from me. When it came to my dreams, I knew that being hands-on would take me places college never could, and joining the trades took me further than I ever thought. Find your future at GoBuildAL.com. Be hands-on. Go build.
When considering Maslow's hierarchy of needs, one must first figure the basic level of. So essentially what Maslow is saying is that from the basic level, what are we doing here?
Look at that beauty right there.
Shelter in warmth. Oh! Yeah.
Let's get loud for that fish right there.
Let's not forget that we'll be discussing
Good evening. We appreciate you all joining us as we get ready to have our pre-tournament meeting for the Lake Martin tournament. We're excited about holding another tournament this upcoming weekend. So we'll get right into the information that you need for this tournament. Like always, we'll open with a word of prayer and then get started. So let's pray. Lord God, we thank you for this day, another opportunity that we have to be back on the water this weekend, and amongst these coaches, boat captains, and anglers and parents, Lord, that are part of our association. We appreciate the tournament season that we've had so far this year, the safety of our anglers on the water and traveling to and from tournaments, Lord, and for the results that we've had so far this year. We ask that you would continue to protect our members as they participate, Lord, this upcoming weekend. And we just thank you for all your blessings. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, so we're excited to be on Lake Martin this weekend, be in Alexander City, and we appreciate the tourism board there, Lake Martin and Tallapoosa County Tourism Board, and their help on getting everything set up for the tournament this weekend. They're at Wind Creek State Park, got fantastic facilities. One of the places that we go to that there is a large area for tailgating that's set up for the weigh-in really well. Plenty of parking for our boats there at one location, 2 great ramps, a lot of dock space, all around just great facilities. And so we're excited about being there. Lake Martin is one of our tournaments that we usually have a lot of fish caught on every year. And so we're looking forward to that opportunity again this weekend. Ms. Sandra Fuller's been working with us as we got everything set up. And she has gotten us a welcome guide to the area around the Lake Martin area. And so I'm going to be sending out an email probably tomorrow to all of our coaches and captains with this information. It's got all kinds of things for your family to do while you're in the Lake Martin area, places to eat, places to stay if you haven't found a place for lodging yet. We got all of that in there, and I will also include a short economic survey that they would like for us to fill out. So I will. What we're probably going to do on this one, just to give you a heads up, it is probably going to be a link that will be to a Google form. I'm going to send this just to the coaches. What we're asking is for each team that will be there this weekend to submit the form one time. That just kind of gives them some feedback on how many boats you're bringing to the area, how many nights lodging you're going to be staying, approximate amount of money that will be spent from your team. This is just something that these tourism boards do from time to time that kind of help us determine when and where and the best practices for setting these tournaments up. So coaches be expecting an email probably tomorrow morning sometime, definitely before this weekend though, and we'll get that information back to them. And we appreciate your help in doing that. As always, if you've got information through our video tonight, as Mike is going through the tournament day specifics, feel free to drop us a question, whether it's on the Facebook Live. I'm monitoring that if you're watching on Facebook and can answer those questions. Or you can also text the ASABFA cell phone number. That's 334-300-4437. And we'll make sure we get your questions answered for you. So, all right, Mike, I'll turn it over to you and let you start going through some of the things for this weekend.
All right. Welcome, everybody. Packet pickup will be Friday night, as always. We will be doing that at the Benjamin Russell High School, 225 Hardy Boulevard in Alexander City, between 5:30 and 6. Make sure you get somebody there to pick up packets. Don't want to chase nobody down Saturday morning to get packets picked up or anything like that. Have someone designated to pick them up and distribute boat numbers once you get them, because we've had a bunch of them Saturday morning. Where's my boat numbers? And if you have an angler change, you have to report it to Lori immediately. No swapping boat numbers. We've had a few people, they get to the stage and they're not even in the right boat. If you have a change, no matter what time, even if you're on the water day of tournament, you have to call and let me know or Lori know immediately as soon as you make a change, whether it's a boat captain, angler, whoever you got to let us know. Like I said, packet pickup between 5:30 and 6. Tournament information here on Blast Off. We will be blasting off on the Wind Creek State Park. Make sure that if you drive cars and stuff, make sure you stay out of the big parking lot. There's one for cars and stuff. And you can use any ramp and come over to the state ramp. That's where the blast off will be. No one stays on the last dock. The last dock is where you get your pegs from, and make sure you get stay back into the cove and the marina there. Just be staged according to numbers. Arrive early, line up according to your numbers. We're looking right now. I think blast off is going to be around 6 o'clock. Best I can tell. Limit on these 12-inch on all fish. Okay, got a map right here that you can see. You got a no wake zone. That's where you take off on blast off. There is 2 ramps. As you come into the park there, you can either go straight on across or make a left-hand turn and go to the smaller ramp, and we'll get you in the water as fast as possible. You can see the staging area there. Boats, all juniors are going to be all the way in the back. This last tournament, I think we had juniors from sitting up front. So if you're a junior, you're last to go out. So you need to be all the way in the back.
Mike, before we jump on from this slide, a lot of times when we're here coming on out of Wind Creek, a lot of the boats will get up in between these docks, which is fine in the morning while you're waiting on your captains and stuff to pick up. Once we start blast off, we can roll pretty quick. And so our last couple of tournaments that we've had this spring, we're running about 100 boats out of there every 30 minutes, maybe a little less than that. So we're looking at, if we can start blast off around 6, then we're going to be pretty close to 7 o'clock or so. We're going to have all 220 something boats out. If you are in line, we can run you out pretty quick. On Lake Martin, especially because of Wind Creek here, The problem we run into is when we get started calling numbers, we need you to go ahead and come out of being tied up to those docks and being inside of those slips. Come on out to that open area so you can just come straight down those docks, and we can get things rolling. A lot of times we have people trying to jet out once the line is formed, and that just slows everything up. So there are a lot of boats. I think it's our biggest tournament so far this spring with 222 that's expected to be there. So we're going to get you out as quickly as possible, but we need your help in doing that so that we can keep things rolling.
All right. Weigh in. Yes, weigh in will be at Wind Creek. You can either trailer your boat and then come to weigh in, or you can just, there's plenty of dock space, so you should be able to come on up. Make sure you get our bags. We've had problems with this. Make sure you come get one of our weigh-in bags. You can't not use your own bag. You have to use our bags so we can kind of get the flow going right. Make sure we got plenty of people there to help, and make sure our fish care people don't get overwhelmed. Fish care is on you. Make sure live wells are working and with fresh water, and keep them in the water as long as possible, and be quick with the pictures. Once you get the pictures made, get them back in the water, and that way we can keep these fish alive as best as possible. On stage, be prepared to talk to Curtis and them on stage. If they ask who caught the big fish, you need to say, don't say me. Give a name. Give a sponsor. What you caught it on. Give a shout out to somebody. He's going to slow it down so you can start talking to him. And that way, people know what's going on and what people is doing for the day and what you're catching stuff on. Help people out. Pegs must be returned where you get them that morning. Don't bring them to the scales and don't take them home. I think we had 3 or 4 to take them home last time. So my ladies will be at the end of the dock, so make sure you get them to them. Off limits, the Wind Creek Marina there where we blast off is off limits all day, as always. And anything posted, no fishing. And just common courtesy, stay away from other boaters and anglers about 50 feet. That's just common courtesy on that part. So I think we've been doing pretty decent so far on that. I ain't heard no complaints there. Rules, as always, no inflatable life jackets. That includes the angler and the boat captain. That includes the hybrids. Must be fastened per manufacturer, which is zipper, fastener, buckle, whatever it is, it's all got to be on. Both lights on and working during blast off, no matter what time blast off starts. Kill switch hooked up to the boat captain. I think we had 3 or 4 violators this last tournament. Kill switch is not attached. We are checking that as you come through. Live wells open and running. We're also checking that. So far, no violations on it, but make sure your live wells are open and running so we can make sure our fish care is being taken care of. Everyone stay seated in the boat and keep all your hands and everything inside the boat. Boat captains in the spring can only help with the trolling motor and culling and netting. That's the only thing boat captains can do at this tournament. So make sure your boat captains, it's just a sitting contest for y'all. All right. No limit on boats on the junior division on largemouth classification because you can bring all you want. Late ration penalties start at midnight on Saturday night, the week of tournament. Penalties will be last out, first in, as always. Blast off violations will be a result in 30 minutes on your seniors, 15 minutes on your juniors. You have to come in a little early if you get a violation. And we've had several on these last tournaments. Weigh-in penalty, it's £1 a minute. Anything over 15 minutes, if you're late more than 15 minutes, it's an automatic 0. Life jackets must be worn at any time the big motor's running, whether it be before blast off, during the tournament, after weigh-in. So if you go weigh in your fish and you come back and you jump in the boat to go put it on the trailer and you got a big fish and you're winning the tournament and you don't put a life jacket on, you just went to a 0 or disqualification. So you got to make sure big motor's running, you have to have a life jacket on. So far, we've been doing really good with that this year so far.
On your violations, if you have violated one of the rules, and by this time, boat captains, or if they don't, coaches, your responsibility to let your boat captains know. They know what we're checking for as you come through on blast off. It is your responsibility if you have a blast off violation to know what the penalty is. Okay, so we're up there. Mike is letting you know as you come through. Hey, you had a life jacket that was unbuckled, a kill switch that wasn't hooked up, your lights are not on, whatever the case may be. If we call out and tell you, hey, hook the kill switch up, or your life jacket's not buckled, that means that you have a violation. We had several last tournament that was like, I didn't know that I was supposed to be in 15 minutes earlier. I didn't know I was supposed to be in 30 minutes early. Mike's letting you know, hey, you had a violation. Your weigh-in time is this, or you're in 30 minutes early. But by the time you get to us, if we're telling you to buckle your life jacket, zip your life jacket, that means you have a violation. You have to have that stuff corrected by the time you get to us. So if any of our directors are telling you to fix something or do something, that is so that you can go ahead and go out. That means you have a violation. So make sure that you know that, because if you miss that and you show up at your regular weigh-in time and you're got a violation, you're now 30 minutes late. After 15 minutes, this is 0. And so you're an automatic 0 after fishing all day because you didn't come in at your violation time. So make sure, boat captains, that is on you to make sure that you know that as you go through.
Yeah, we're telling you what time you got to be back in. Like I said, juniors are 15 minutes violation times, and seniors are on 30.
All right, a couple of questions I'll kind of go ahead and address before we jump into this section. If you do have questions or comments that we need to address, please let me know either on the Facebook comments or by texting that number. The first one, if you are going to trailer your boat, we have no problem if you want to go ahead and put your boat on the trailer before you weigh in. I think there's plenty of dock space at Martin. I would probably rather you go ahead and bring your fish up while you're tied up to one of the docks. If you want a trailer, that's fine. Here's what we're looking at. If your weigh-in time in the senior division is at 2:30 and you get to their checkpoint and you check in at 2:28 and you're on time before your time and you're going to go trailer your boat, that's fine. But there's no reason for you to be coming across the scales at 350. We've had that in some of our tournaments. And I know, like on our first one, it was trailered. And we kind of gave you a little bit of flexibility. I think on our last one, though, we got people that are putting their boats on the trailer, pulling up in the parking lot. Friends come out there, talk about the day fishing. You're hanging out at the boat, and you're weighing in an hour and 15 minutes after your weigh-in time. You need to get those fish to the scales as soon as possible. And so if you can't do that by trailering your boat, there's plenty of dock space at Lake Martin. Please go ahead and get those fish up there to us. We're fixing to have to start dealing with penalties based off of that. So that was the question, though. Yes, you can trailer your boat first. Just get the fish to us as quickly as possible. Other comment, our rule about the 50 feet or so away from other anglers is, just as a common courtesy to the other anglers while fishing, please try to keep at least that space, if not more. When you're on plane, there are places in Wind Creek back in, on Lake Martin, back in certain creek pockets and stuff where it's kind of narrow. If someone's fishing the bank and you're running through there on plane, try to be mindful and not to run, within 30, 50 feet of someone on plane wide open when they're up there fishing. So try to extend that courtesy all the way throughout. All right, getting into some of our other information, our sponsors this year, we try to talk about as much as possible. We are finalizing, I'm hoping this week, with some of our new sponsors you see on there. We've been talking about a little bit. Fish Hammer's been doing some of our prize bags as well. Z-Pro is another one of our, we haven't talked a whole lot about them. We're finalizing kind of what they're going to offer for some of our anglers and captains at each tournament. we're hoping to have that deal solidified this weekend, and we can start telling you about some of the things that they're going to do with their lithium battery packages. But as always, as much as possible, if you can do business with these supporters, please do that and let them know that we appreciate them supporting and sponsoring ASABFA. Some other information coming up, live stream. We are on live stream for Blast Off just on Facebook. And then once we get to our weigh-in, we have live stream both YouTube and Facebook that they can watch the live streams. So you have someone that's not able to be there, they can see your anglers come across the stage still. All right, so a couple of changes. We've kind of hit these already this year, so we'll speed through these. We know that most of you know by now our prize structure has changed with us doing payout at each of the tournaments. We're doing that for teams and for individuals. So we're starting to keep up with that. And there's some teams and anglers that are already racking up on the payouts that they'll be getting at the end of the year. Teams, you'll be getting your checks automatically mailed out after the Classic. Individuals, as Curtis has announced at every tournament, you will have to do a disbursement request that will be available the week after our Classic tournament. You'll fill out that disbursement request, and we'll get that payout sent to you. But that is going out to everyone this year. It don't matter if you're 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade. You're getting that money this year, and we're not holding any of your winnings anymore as we used to do in the past. So if you're not familiar with the payout structure that we've covered the first 2 pre-tournament meetings, this is it. Top 15 places will get paid back. This is in addition to our plaques and our sponsor prizes that we've had in the past. So we're still giving out Shimano and Halo products and Big Bite Baits and Coosa Cotton, Fish Hammer now, and all of the things that we've been giving out. We're still doing that. This is in addition to that with the teams as well. Junior payout, very similar in structure to that. Top 5 individuals and top 5 teams will be paid out. So again, this will all be added up, paid out at one time the week after the Classic tournament. Some important dates coming up. The first one coming up this Friday, scholarship applications. If you have seniors on your team, the scholarship applications will be live this Friday. You will find that on our website under online resources. If you click that and look under online forms, the scholarship links are there now, but they're not live. They will come live on Friday. You'll see the different ones that we have that will be posted. You have 1 month to get those turned in. So go ahead and be getting some of your things ready that you would typically have for scholarships. Go ahead and access those on Friday when we have those posted. Start working on them. Make sure that they are into us by April the 1st. You can email those in or you can mail them in. Just make sure that they're postmarked by the correct date. That gives us time to get them to our scholarship committee. You will get them scored, and then we will make an announcement. I'll do a separate video that we'll post out on Facebook and send to the coaches on May the 1st to award our scholarships. That gives you an opportunity to get into your senior awards day so that you will know that you're getting a scholarship. We can get that at your senior awards day programs, and then at the Classic tournament a few weeks after that in May, we will recognize you there as well. Okay. So I think that is majority of the information that we have. I'm fixing to look through and make sure I don't have any other questions. Please, this weekend, if you will, 225 boats. It's not the biggest spring tournament we ever have had. It is the biggest so far this year. And so we're looking forward to having everybody there in Alexander City and Lake Martin for that. Make sure that you're there in enough time. Okay, Mike said it's getting safe light around 6 o'clock. We're going to try to blast as soon as possible. 222 boats is a lot to get in, even with 2 ramps at Wind Creek. Make sure you're in there in plenty of time. Get lined up, and as soon as it's safe light, we'll hit the prayer and the national anthem and start blasting to get you out of there as soon as possible. Coaches, just a last reminder, I will be sending an email out to you tomorrow that will have a survey for your team for the economic survey for the Lake Martin Tourism Board. It'll also have a welcome guide that'll have things to do for your families that are coming before weigh-in if they want to hang out and do some things in the area. Some local dining options for Friday night. I'll be getting all that out to you tomorrow. please go ahead and take care of that survey for me this week. We'll be following up with those that we don't have it by the time you pick up your packets Friday night. And if you have any questions, as always, during this week, shoot them to us. We didn't cover it a lot. We've been kind of watching it the last few days. As of right now, we do have some rain chances on Saturday. So it's probably going to be a wet day. I think we're looking at, unless it's changed, I think we're around 60% chance of rain now all day long on Saturday. So hopefully that might shift a little bit, but otherwise be prepared. If you don't have, Frog Togs and stuff, that's one of our great sponsors with providing rain gear. Check them out and see if you might have to do it pretty quick to get you a pair by this Saturday. But you may need some depending on what the weather does. So, Mike, unless you've thought of anything else, the only thing else that I have is, let me make sure I got this right here. Yes, so your weigh-in time is the time that your peg must be turned in. So every single tournament, we don't really have a time for you to be at the scale. It is the time that you must be done fishing and off the water. So if your weigh-in time is 2 o'clock, it means you're in the first flight for the senior division. Your peg has to be dropped back in the net for the ladies to have it recorded and at 2 o'clock. And then you just need to be to the scales within a reasonable time period after that. So yes, your weigh-in time is the time to be back at the dock where you got the peg. Wind Creek does charge for parking. It's $5 a boat. It's the ramp fee that is in place for this weekend. So if you're going to be coming in on Saturday, 220 some people have to go through that line. So make sure that you're there in time. We have had tournaments where they're backed up on the highway because it is single file coming in. So it is a $5 ramp fee. If you go through and do that process, as we stated earlier, you're welcome to use any other ramp there on the lake and come over to Wind Creek. I know some people do that to just avoid the congestion in the morning. You'll just have to get back over there afterwards. So the ramp fee is in place though for the tournament. Mike, that's the only ones that I have so far. Do you have?
I don't have nothing else, Josh.
Okay. I think, there are some exceptions with the parking fee, military ID, stuff like that. So if you have those, they will waive the parking fee for those. That's the only thing that I've seen come in so far. If you have questions this week, feel free to give us a call or shoot me an email. Coaches, you'll be getting an email from me tomorrow anyways in regards to the economic survey and the welcome guide. So if you have any questions, you can feel free to reply to that email and I'll get them answered for you. Otherwise, we will see you at Benjamin Russell High School at 5:30 on Friday for the packet pickup, and then see the rest of you on Saturday morning before 6 o'clock as we get ready for blast off. We look forward to seeing you there.